Hey, this is Left Technical, and in this video I'm going to talk about working with borderless forms. As you see here, there are 3 borderless forms. 2 of them are made by me. The one on the right here just displays the screen coordinates, and this one is made by Acme Labs. It's a key generator and a patcher. It's really sexy. And here's another one that I just put together. Doesn't do anything, it's just for demonstration purposes. Functions just like a normal Windows form. Alright, get her done. First thing we're gonna do is get rid of the default form border. So, form border style equals none. And then we're gonna give it a solid state size for later on that we can remember. And then we're going to add an exit button so we can exit the application without ending tasks or anything like that. And now we're going to add a public variable called, a global variable called last click. And this will store the position of the cursor when we click on the form. And now we have to add our handlers. First handler will be mouse down. Every time the left mouse button is down, we're going to store the location of the cursor. And next we got to input code into the mouse move event. Oh, sorry. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm finding the difference, or find every time the mouse moves, it's gonna check to see how far it moved and in which direction. So this line of code, it returns it returns the differences on how far it moved left and right to this value right here, which is how far the form is away from the edge of the its containing area. I don't know. It's weird. But anyways, the next line here, it's just like we're gonna control the up down movement. We're gonna find the difference in between the mouse position and the last mouse position when we clicked, and then we're gonna apply it to how far the top edge of the form is away from the top edge of its containing area, which would be just like the monitor screen or whatever. Alright, so let's test it out. Everything checks out. I'm just going to exit it, and we can move on to making a transparent background, or a background with transparent elements and whatnot. Okay, so before we get started making our bitmap, we're going to set the transparency key to magenta. Magenta is a genuine transparency key because it'll work with lower bit qualities and it's not often used and all that jazz. So let's make a bitmap. The bitmap is going to be the same size as our form, and it doesn't matter what the background contents are. Alright, so do whatever. Okay, that looks good, yes. Now we're going to add some magenta, and you want to stay away from anti-aliasing and blurring because this will mess up your transparency keys and all that, and it'll look really bad. So I'm going to select a magenta up here and add some magenta. And just put some random holes in the form bitmap and save it as whatever. 16-bit will do. And next we're going to load it up as a background image. And of course you don't need to tweak it because they're the same size, the bitmap and the form. And let's see how it looks. And everything looks fine. If you can see through the holes and there's no magenta lining these, there's no like magenta like values that are lining the circle here, then it's good. Then you did everything right. Alright, that sums up everything. I hope you learned something. This is Left Technical signing out.